Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back. Hang on. Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Speed Build Sunday. So today we are building a 70s inspired house in The Sims 4. I don't know if you just heard that, but I started playing my voiceover. I had sped up the video, and obviously my recording had my voice, my audio, the recording itself, and I sped that up like 6 times. Forgot to delete the audio, and then I started playing the video to record this voiceover, and then I heard like my squeaky 6 times sped up voice, and I was like, nah, but it's fine, I fixed it. We're back, we're building a house. This is, I'm gonna be honest, I keep saying this, but like, I think this might be my favorite house that I've ever built. I had so much fun doing this. I made this, like, I mean, listen, this house, you've got it in your neighborhood, okay? You've seen it before. This is like the most realistic house I've built in a long time, at least on the outside. But the inside is very 70s inspired. Like, this house is straight out of 1974. Like, that was the goal at least. I've got like nasty blue carpet everywhere. You know, we've got like a bunch, you'll see in the furnishing. It's wood paneling all over the place, you know, like one of those. It's very beautiful. It's definitely a look. I also did some terrain tools to do some sort of split leveling, as you'll see here. I've got the garage is actually raised, and there's like a sloped driveway, and then the other side of the house has, you know, a flat area with a foundation and such. I liked the idea of that. I actually wanted the stairs to be sloped and the driveway to be flat, but I couldn't get it to work the way I wanted it to, obviously because of how terrain tools work in The Sims 4, and so it ended up being this way, but I kind of like it anyway. I also had a lot of terrain tool issues with this build because I was making a lot of, you know, adjustments with the actual terrain height and stuff, manipulating it, and then my terrain paint kept disappearing. You might see a few times in the video, I'll just like place an object and then terrain paint just disappears. Like object place, no driveway. All of a sudden. It was very frustrating. I had to keep replacing it. There comes a point where I just give up and I'm like, you know what? I'll just put it back at the end. I'm done. I'll do it later. So you're gonna have some weird terrain stuff happening in this video. I also cut out a lot of me messing with it because I just had a lot of issues with it not being smooth enough, so I kept like going back and trying to smooth it out and fix it, and it was quite an experience. This build took me like 5 hours to do, which it's really small, so that's very weird that it took so long, but I tried my best. We also have a split level living room, so the living room is actually lower than the actual like rest of the house. This house reminds me a lot of the house that I was born in. I wasn't born inside of the house. I mean, I lived there for like 5 years. I was born in a hospital, and then I lived in that house for like 5 years. It was only one story, but it looked a lot like this, especially with like the split level living room and stuff. So I built that house in The Sims once. I was looking at a listing, and I built it. I don't know if it was split level though. I don't remember. But either way, I did my best, okay? I was really proud of this one. It was fun to do. We had this whole storyline made up. Listen, it's kind of stupid, but I'll explain. So, the dad's name is Steve, right? It's this, like, classic family living in the 70s, you know, of course it's the 1970s, so, like, dad works, mom stays home with the kids. Dad would never touch the kids in his life. Like, he doesn't want to take care of them, he doesn't want to clean the house, doesn't want to cook, doesn't even know how to cook, to be honest. He's a real man, okay? He doesn't cook. And so, the dad gets home from work one day, you know, and he expects the wife to have dinner on the table and the kids to be ready with their homework done, and he just, like, reads his newspaper in the living room, you know, like, he's that guy. Right? Except in our little story, Steve's wife had a doctor's appointment in the morning, so she wasn't home, and so Steve had to help the kids get up and ready for school in the morning, and it was a disaster. Steve has never had to help the kids do anything ever, because, like, obviously Steve does not do housework, okay? He's a real man, and so it was a nightmare. But they've got 3 kids. They have one son who I believe is a teenager. They have a daughter who's, like, 13. She's, like, in that, like, preteen phase, 12, 13, and they have a toddler son as well. The wife definitely having an affair, like almost certain she's having an affair, which is unfortunate, but like that's the way it is. Her and the doctor, let me tell you, doctor's appointment, am I right? Like say that in air quotes, but I like the idea of this family because this is, I mean, obviously it's not a fun situation for anyone involved, but like it's pretty realistic as far as the time period goes, because you know, real men only work and they provide for the family and women are supposed to take care of the household duties. Oh dear Lord, but you know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, that's the way it was. That's the way it be, I guess. Ew. But Steve, he's actually a door-to-door lamp salesman. So when he gets home after his long day at work, he just wants to like sit on the couch and read the newspaper next to his lamp, his favorite lamp. And his kids have a lot of lamps. His daughter has like a bunch of lava lamps. Everyone's got a lava lamp because it's the 70s, you know. And his daughter also has some really cool giraffe lamps, which are exciting because, you know, Steve gets some special order lamps because he's actually pretty high up in that lamp business. He's kind of a big deal. I don't know if you've heard of him, but Steve, he's really up there. Oh my god. But I had fun building this. It's always so fun to make up this, like, joking storyline for the house. And also when you're making something ugly on purpose, because, like, listen, the house, it's tasteful in some ways, but I also use, like, god-awful wallpaper. I've got, like, solid walls of mirror, because, I mean, it's the 70s, so there's, like, paneling everywhere and wallpaper, floral wallpaper, and there's just, like, big glass mirrors covering entire walls. There's the blue carpet. Like, it's just not exactly the prettiest thing, but it was realistic and it was very fun to do and, like, make up little stories behind each object. It's so fun to build houses with a storyline like that. I mean, would you play in this house? I don't know. It could be fun to renovate it, though, and, like, try and turn this house into a more modern house. Like, a more, I don't know, maybe not modern, but, like, a more contemporary, like, renovate it to, like, something you would have in this day. Because, I mean, it's pretty common to buy a house that's like this and then renovate it a little bit, update it to be more, you know, not as closed off and scary and, like, rip out the blue carpet, you know? Like, this is, like, your classic fixer-upper house. Like, grandma lived here and then she died. And so now you have grandma's house and it's, like, I don't know, covered in blue carpet. And she has this nasty checkered pink tile in all her bathrooms. And it's like, Grandma, what were you thinking? But you'll see I'm already replacing the terrain paint once. I do that a bunch of times because it keeps disappearing. It's not fun, but it's fine. I fixed it. I also attempted to put a car on the driveway, forgetting that it's sloped. Like, the driveway's on a slope, right, because of the terrain tools, and so obviously you can't place a car there because the car, like, objects, when they're placed on a slope in The Sims 4, they stay at one height. So, like, it's on a slope, but it'll pick, like, one height, so underneath it there's just, like, gaps from the rest of it. It doesn't, like, conform to the slope. Like, in real life, you would drive up the slope and it would just be on the slope. But in The Sims, it only sits at one height. And so, it doesn't work. There is no car in the driveway. I'm so sorry. It's just not gonna happen. Which sucks. I wish that it would, but that's, you know, it'd be like that, I guess. I was kind of disappointed in that. I mean, the thing is, I don't really like placing cars in The Sims 4 anyway, because they're not functional. It's kind of fun to put a driveway because it looks realistic, but, like, sizing up a toy car and pretending it's a real one in The Sims, I'm not super into that, because it doesn't look very good sometimes. It can work, trust me. I feel like I'm not good at pulling it off, so I never bother. But here is where I did the split level living room, because I wanted to have this, because I figured it made sense to have some split leveling. I can't talk, I'm sorry. I thought it made sense to have some levels split in this room, because, I mean, I'm picturing, like, the house that I grew up in, that lived in for a little bit, and also kind of imagining, like, what this house could be and how I could make it worse. So I made this split level area. I basically drew a room and then deleted the floor and then put stairs into it. If you're interested in trying to do that, you can watch, like, maybe go back and watch the video a little bit slower. I also streamed this, so I'll post the VOD on YouTube as well. I'll link my second channel, More Simsie, down below. If you want to, like, go back and find it in the video, you can watch how I did it, because that way you can see it. But I built this in real time on stream if you're interested in watching me spend like 5 hours doing it. It took me like 3 streams. It's been a time. I also made some built-ins next to the driveway. Nope, next to the fireplace. I like the idea of the built-ins and the awful couches and, like, the big fuzzy shag rugs. You know, I was trying to get it all. And I think I accomplished it. It's awful. And the color scheme is bad. And it reminds me of my grandparents' house. No offense to my grandparents, but, like, my grandparents have this basement that they've renovated. It's got this linoleum floor. Right, of course. They have wood paneling on all the walls. They've got, like, some of those big, like, recliner chairs, you know, they have a couple couches of different colors. They've got some, like, TV stand stuff with this. They have a newer TV now, but, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of dark down there from what I recall, who knows, but they've got, like, those fluorescent lights too. But just, in my mind, the linoleum floor and the paneling really stands out. They've got deer heads on the wall too, I'm not into it. I don't stand. No offense. Love you the most, Grandma. I don't love Grandpa's deer heads. I'm a vegetarian. But anyway, great place. I put linoleum floors in this house in the kitchen and stuff because I was kind of, like, channeling that. Linoleum floors and wallpaper. They've got wallpaper in their kitchen and stuff too. I mean, listen. My grandparents furnished their house in the 70s, and it's been the same way ever since, probably. So, like, I was inspired. They've probably replaced some things, but, like, my mom remembers it being that way. Like, it was that way when she was a kid, you know, and my mom was a kid in the 70s. I just exposed her. No offense, Mom. My mom's name is Karen. Like, it's the classic. Like, you know, like, everyone makes fun of, like, people named Karen. That's, like, the classic, like, mom name these days. Like, you know, the like speak to your manager woman, that's people call her Karen. My mom's name is Karen, so it's really offensive that you guys all use her name like that, but whatever. I imagine, like, in my mind, the kid in this house, like, we have a teenage-ish girl that lives in this house, her name is Karen, for sure, and the toddler's name is Billy, and I think the older son's name is Steve Jr., because that makes the most sense, right? Like, they've got Steve Jr., we've got Billy, the little toddler, and then we've got Karen. Like, we're living in the 70s, you know? I bet that, like, the mom's name is, like, she'd be a grandma now. What's a grandma name? Edith. No, that's too old. Is that too old? I don't know. I'm not good at this. I'm sorry, guys. I cracked under pressure. I couldn't do it. I'm scared. Also, I put a radiator in the living room. I realized that radiators would most often go underneath the window, except I didn't, I put a couch there. So I was like, you know what? It's going next to the window. I also, on stream, because I live in Florida, okay? We don't have radiators here. So on stream, I was like, wait a minute. Where does this radiator go? Like, I was pretty sure under the window was the answer, but, like, I had to confirm because I was like, wait, where do people have radiators? Like, where would that go in the room? I'm from Florida. We don't have heating. I mean, we do, but, like, we don't have radiators in Florida. I've never turned the heat on in this house once. Listen, the coldest it gets is like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, that's just the way it is. I don't know. You guys should all move to Florida if you wanted to make fun of me for not knowing about radiate. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Also, this room, I ended up changing the walls. I decided originally that I wanted to put like a solid like brown paint on the walls. And then later on, I was like, wait. Of course it would be wallpaper, duh, and that wall behind the globe bar ends up getting covered in mirrors, because if you've ever seen a house like this, like, picture any, like, HGTV show you see, they'll come in, they'll rip out the nasty carpet, they'll break down all the closed-off walls, and they'll rip out those weird walls of mirrors. Why do so many old houses have, like, walls of mirrors? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, my mom's closet in her old bedroom at my grandparents' house is fully mirror paneled like that too. And maybe it's not. Wait. I've seen things like that before. It's just not like the trend right now. And so when I was trying to make the house seem older, I was like, here's the plan. Big walls of mirrors and wallpaper. 'Cause, like, listen, wallpaper is in right now in some ways, but, like, that's not, like, every house isn't covered in wallpaper. People mostly paint their houses, like, white now, right? But, like, back then, we saw, like, a lot of wallpaper. Like, most of the time when you buy a house that's old, you, like, rip out the wallpaper, replace the carpet, you know, like, update the kitchen, tear down the wall in between the kitchen and dining room. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we do these days to, like, update houses. So I was trying to do the opposite. I was, like, channeling my inner HGTV fixer-upper goddess, but I was trying to, like, get the old stuff. Like, I was like, what is the before of these houses? And then we'll pick that down. We'll pick that one. It's been fun. It was really fun to do. It also took me forever. We had a lot of laughs on stream doing it because, listen, when I stream weird builds like this, it's always the most fun. I stream every day, and I do a lot of building on Twitch. I also play some dumb challenges in The Sims, like a lot of gameplay ones. Like, I've been playing the Flargon challenge recently where you raise 3 triplets identically that are all named Flargon, and then when they get to be adults, you pick the best Flargon and kill the other 2. Like, I've been playing some dumb things on Twitch, but I also build a lot of houses, and it's fun. So if you haven't seen my Twitch channel, I'll link it down below. It's twitch.tv/lilsimsie. I stream every day, except not right now. Probably not today for sure, because I'm visiting some friends this week, so I'm doing some, like, kind of random streams this week. But usually when I'm home, I stream every single day. You're gonna hear me complaining about pre-recording a little bit in the next coming weeks because I'm going to visit some friends. I'm gonna be back for like 4 days, and then I'm going to EA Play to test out the new expansion pack for The Sims 4, which, when you're seeing this, may have been announced, may also have been announced. I don't know what it is yet. I'm recording this on the 21st of May, 2019. There have been some leaks about a potential Tropical Paradise pack, which is interesting. A retail website listed a Tropical Paradise pack for sale, which in the past has happened before. Like, places have retail listed, but they've listed these packs for The Sims 4 before they've been announced, and they've been right in the past, so it might be Tropical Paradise, who knows. It had a fake description though, which is kind of weird, so I don't know for sure, but they released that as release for June 28th. Which could be true. I mean, if you're watching this and they've announced it already and you're like, haha, idiot, like we been new, you're probably making fun of me and thinking like, wow, haha, idiot, we been new. But listen, when I'm recording this, it hasn't existed yet, okay? It's not real. I'm just trying to help. But that's exciting stuff. So I don't know what the pack is, but of course I'll get to play it and record some early access content for you guys at EA Play, and also meet a lot of my Sims friends, because they've invited a lot of Sims creators there, so probably a lot of your favorite creators are going to be at EA Play, and they're going to come back with like cool content for you, and I get to hang out with them, and I'm really excited about it because I love my friends, and I miss them a lot. I got to see Sasha last weekend. I went to a wedding last weekend. You guys might know Megan and Zach. Megan plays in Aviator Gaming. I went to their wedding. I went to their weekend over the wedding. I went to their wedding last weekend in Texas with Sasha, and so we hung out a bunch in Texas for like a day. I was there for like 24 hours, but it was kind of fun. I've never been to Dallas before. I didn't do anything. I went to Chipotle in Dallas with Sasha, and I went to a wedding. I also saw Amanda Drake, who is the old CM for The Sims 4. You guys might remember Sim Guru Drake. I got to see her because she was there for the wedding too. So that was kind of cool because I haven't seen her in like a year. I saw her last year at EA Play because she was around for E3, and so I got to see her then. But it's been like a year, and I missed her because, listen, Amanda did a lot of cool things for me, like back in the day. She invited me to my first Sims camp. I feel like I owe a lot to her for like giving me early access in the beginning and like giving me a chance, because when I first got early access for a pack, it was for backyard stuff way back in on the olden days. I only had like 20,000 subscribers at the time, and she gave me early access to a pack, which was like not that common back then. And she also invited me to Sims camp for City Living when I had like 40,000 subscribers, which again was like really small for Sims camp. I was like one of the smallest creators there then, so she really gave me a chance, and I really appreciate her a lot. And oh my god, I got to see her, and that was kind of fun. But anyway, good times all around. So much is happening this summer, am I right, guys? I also have 2 papers due the week of EA Play, so that'll be interesting because I'm traveling a bunch. Summer classes are wild. I am kind of excited about all the traveling and stuff, but it's kind of scary to have like papers due while I'm gone. I'm gonna be on a lot of long flights though, so I should be okay. I feel like I can work on them then. But still, spooky times. Also, this right now that I'm working on is the garage of the house. Because obviously garages are kind of useless in The Sims 4 because we don't have cars. And so I converted the garage into like a hangout space, sort of. I imagine like the teens kind of hang out here. Maybe the dad hangs out here in his free time. There's like a treadmill and a bubble blower machine and like an old fridge, because like, you know, your garage has that old fridge, like you put drinks in it and stuff. Maybe if you're, listen, anybody else, I didn't have one of these, but my neighbor across the street had a fridge in her garage, and her mom kept those popsicles, those like ice pop ones, like a plastic like tube full of that like juicy stuff, and then you freeze it and it's a popsicle. Like you get them like really cheap, like a ton of them for very cheap, and they like hand them out at summer camp, you know, like, you know, those ice pop thingies. She used to have those in her freezer in her garage. And like soda. But I remember that growing up very vividly. That was a good time. She had one of those little box TVs on top of her fridge too. I'm pretty sure my dad had one of those little box TVs in our garage too. I don't remember. We used to have one of those in my guest room, and it used to be the only VHS player left in our house, and I would watch The Little Mermaid on VHS on that tiny TV back in the day. I used to watch The Little Mermaid so much, like way too much. It was probably a problem. Wait, guys, hang on. I have the Sims notifications on Twitter. Simmers, tag a friend who should get The Sims 4 for free. The game is free on PC and Mac via Origin until May 28th. Team, if you don't have The Sims 4 base game yet, this is your chance. Wait a minute, I'm clicking the link so I can confirm this. The Sims 4 is free for a little, oh my god, for anyone on Origin. Yeah, guys, if you don't have The Sims 4 yet, until May 28th, you can get it for free on Origin. Whoa, good thing I have The Sims 4 notifications on. I saw the notification and I was like, is that a new pack? But it wasn't. It was just The Sims 4 coming out for free. Wait, that's huge. Seriously, guys, if you don't have the base game yet, they do things like that all the time. Well, they had it on sale for like $8 recently, and now it's free. Like, grab the base game. I mean, now you have to. You have no choice. It's free. Get it while you can. That's awesome. Guys, The Sims is kind of cool. Now that, see, the DLC is a little expensive, but the base game is free. Some of us paid $60 for the base game back a few years ago, so like, grab it for free now while you can. It won't ever be that expensive again, but I paid $60 for it back in the day, and I bought it for my sister too. Not recently, like a few years ago when it was still like $60. It's fine. I get DLC for free now. But okay. I spend too much money on Sims packs because I buy a lot of giveaway codes, and I have bought a lot of giveaway codes in the past. I also get them for free sometimes, but like, I feel like if I asked for giveaway codes, they might give them to me, and I do ask sometimes, but I also feel bad asking for giveaway codes sometimes, so I like don't, and I just buy them. Like, I gave away a bunch of stuff packs recently for that build challenge that I did, and I bought all of those stuff packs, because I didn't want to ask for codes, so I bought them, but I got given some codes when I did a 12-hour stream for charity a few weeks ago as well, so like, I don't know, it's give and take, but I've spent a lot of money on Sims packs, okay? People are like, you can't criticize the game, you get it for free, and I'm like, listen, I make money, and I make videos. I make money on The Sims. Wait, that's not what I'm going to say. I was going to say that I make videos on The Sims, and this is my job, right? So I do make money with The Sims, but like, I think I have every right to criticize the game just because I've been given a few packs early for free to make videos on. I have also spent a lot of money buying them, okay? I spent so much money on The Sims 3 too. Oh, well, have you guys ever like thought about, this is so sad. Don't ever go and calculate how much money you spent on Sims packs, because if you've got a lot of them, you don't want to know. Especially if you're like, listen, us older folk, I'm not even old, but like, I know I have a lot of audience that's like 13, but us older folk that were around for like Sims 2, Sims 3 days, The Sims 3, if you had any store content, do not think about how much money you spent on that, because The Sims 3 store content was so expensive. You guys, listen, people complain about Sims 4 DLC prices. The Sims 3 had $20 stuff packs and $40 expansion packs, and they also released store content all the time, and stuff packs in The Sims 3 were similar to game packs, like as far as pricing in The Sims 4. Stuff packs in The Sims 4 are very similar to DLC on The Sims 3 store, because they would release like smaller item packs for like 10, 20 bucks. You could buy a world for like $40 on The Sims 3 store. Like, it was so expensive. The Sims 3 store was ridiculous. So thank God we no longer have that mess. The Sims 4, as far as pack releases and content goes, and like quality of packs, and honestly pricing of packs, is so much better than The Sims 3. Like, some of us have not forgotten those days. I never had any money back when I played Sims 3 because I was like 9, obviously, right? And I watched these YouTubers that had like all the store content, all the expansion packs, all the stuff packs, and I had like 2 expansion packs and no store content for the longest time. And then they all went on sale one summer. They had like some summer origin sale where the Sims 3 packs were like $6, like $6 to $10 each, and I bought every expansion pack that I didn't have then, because I just got my birthday money. My grandma gave me $100 for my birthday, and then they had this like massive origin sale, so I bought like every single Sims 3 expansion pack I didn't have yet. I didn't buy any stuff packs, but I bought all the expansions I didn't have. And then like a couple years ago over the summer, they had a sale on Steam for the Sims 3, and there was, again, they were like $6 for all of the stuff packs each, and I didn't have any of them, and I was like, wow, I have that YouTube money now, I have a job, and so I bought all of the stuff packs at once. I had to buy the base game too in order to buy the packs on Steam, but I bought them all on Steam, and then I gave the base game code to my friend Kylie, and then I had all the stuff packs, and now I still have all the stuff packs, and that's my Sims 3 story. I have spent so much money on The Sims 3, and I got them on sale, so like, yikes. But I didn't play The Sims 2, but I had it back in the day. I got The Sims 2, they had it on Origin. They had like, I forget when they did it, but a few years ago, they had The Sims 2, they gave out the entire Sims 2 Ultimate Collection. So all the stuff packs and expansion packs and the base game for free on Origin once, like back for limited time before they canceled selling it on Origin. And I got it then, so I have the Ultimate Collection of The Sims 2 as well. But at the time, I only had my family's iMac, so I couldn't even play it. But I still got it on Origin, and now I have a PC, so I can play it now. I just don't. That's probably a bad thing. I think I'm going to stream The Sims 2 at some point soon, because I've played The Sims 2 like 2 or 3 times in my life, which is embarrassing as a person who is The Sims. I am The Sims. Haven't played The Sims 2, so maybe someday I'll give it a shot. I think I'll stream it, though. I'm pretty sure I'll stream it. at some point. Obviously not right now because I'm traveling so much, but when I get back from all of my nightmarish travels, because the thing is I'm gonna get back and then the pack's gonna come out, so I'm probably gonna be streaming like early access and pack stuff for a little bit, which is not fun. But at least this way, I'll play The Sims 2 eventually. And that's all that matters, right? Someday. Maybe someday. Maybe I'll do like another big boy charity stream and I'll stream The Sims 2 during the... Oh, no. I'm not going to stream The Sims 2 during the whole thing. Why did I just say that? I don't want to play The Sims 2 for 12 hours. That game doesn't even work. You can't even get it to run. Never mind. I'll play it briefly. I'm not making any 12-hour promises. I do 12-hour streams a lot. I will not play... Listen, you never promise to play any game for 12 hours straight, because if you get stuck playing one game for 12 hours that you don't want to play, nobody needs that. That's disaster waiting to happen. That's a nightmare. That's so scary. Anyway, to wrap up, everyone, you can get The Sims 4 base game for free until May 28th on Origin, and that's free forever. Like, once you have it, it's in your library, you've got it, you own the game. For free, by the way. Please go take advantage of that. If you don't already have it or your friends don't already have it, tell them to get it, because the base game is huge for no money, for free, for $0. Go get it. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut off here. Make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Guys, by the way, for free, that's huge. I'm gonna keep talking about it because that's, again, for free. If you don't have the base game, seriously, go get it. It's free for PC on Origin. Go, go. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.